What's up, guys? 311 is this week, so I need to get my W picks out to you. However, I do need to go over where I went wrong with last week's fight night picks, Dern versus Ribas. So as you can see here, Fatima McLean was actually able to finish Victoria Dudikova. That was a fun finish. Magomed Gadzahilov is not the prospect I expected him to be, and respect where it's due. Bruno Lopez, I actually thought, this guy wasn't going to be in shape and was going to tap to the cardio, but lo and behold, he goes the distance. Ernesta Caracade, right on the button with that one. I wish I would have picked the first round for Jacoby Smith. I wanted to give Preston Parsons a little more credit. Clearly I shouldn't have. And I gotta be honest, guys, I feel the worst about this one. The Punahele Serrano knockout versus Uros Medic in that first 30 seconds of the fight was spectacular. Austin Gaethje was sporting his undefeated record going into this fight night. Obviously, Christian Rodriguez is a high enough level competition to kind of plateau for a guy who's only had one contender series win going into this. So that's my bad, expecting this prospect to do a better job at what he was supposed to do, which was keep himself safe in the stand-up, which clearly he wasn't able to do. Man, the Roman Kaiplov Chris Curtis matchup, that was an interesting way to finish that fight, man. Last second, Chris Curtis just got that's humiliating, man. I'm sorry. He's got to be embarrassed about that one. And the Amanda Rivas pick, I really thought it was going to go her way. Obviously, I didn't understand the magnitude of the Dern dumpy. It's absolutely astounding. You have to take into account the fact that her dumpy gets her these victories, and it's really a credit to her and her dumpy. With how talented she is. Finally, I'll be able to show you guys my 311 picks. Now, Tagir Ulanbekov is getting coached by Khabib. That's all you need to know. Go ahead and pick him for the decision. And if it's not going to decision, that just means that Clay Carpenter is a little bitch, and he shouldn't be out there to begin with, sporting an undefeated record. All right, now going into the next pick, we have Bernardo Sopaj versus Ricky Turcios. Ricky Turcios does not belong in the UFC. Bernardo Sopaj was caught in a flying knee in his last loss, and I don't think that's going to happen again. Ricky's kind of a shitter. I'm giving him the second round KO. And then we also have what's likely to come to another decision fight. I'm assuming, although Rinya Nakamura is a very talented prospect, and I would like to see him finish in this bantamweight bout. I do want to give Muin Garuhov, I'm trying, guys, the credit where it's due. Aileen Perez via decision, the OnlyFans factor, you have to take that in. The Grant Dawson versus Diego Ferreira matchup. Yeah, so I'll give it to the submission. I honestly think the best outcome for Grant Dawson is the submission by the third for him. Hopefully his cardio. I'm assuming his cardio will stick with him into those latter rounds, and this guy will be able to protect himself and find that submission. Cedric Dumas versus Zachary Reese. So if we look here, Cedric Dumas has a victory over Cody Brundage, which Zachary Reese has already taken a round 1 KO loss to. So I see this going probably to a KO. In middleweight, I would have to assume it could only be like the second or third round. I mean, I think Zachary Reese is tough. He wants to keep going. So I'll give it to him. I'll give it to Dumas in the third. The Jailton Almeida matchup. This is the fat guy strangler. Sergey Spivak is not going to last. He's a tub of lard, and Jailton Almeida is going to toss him around and submit him or fucking do worse things to him in that time. So Jailton Almeida, that's definitely going to KO. He's going to KO the shit out of Raoni Barcelos without question. Moving on, Reiner de Ritter, I'm hoping for a submission. Reiner de Ritter is a talented prospect. Although Kevin Holland is a fantastic gatekeeper, make sure that fraud checking anyone who doesn't belong in the division. he's a fantastic level of competition for Reiner, and but I'm hoping that he continues his streak. I just think it's going to be in one of those latter rounds when someone's tired and an opportunity presents itself. With Renato Macano versus Benil Dariush, I think this is honestly likely to go to decision. I don't foresee these guys getting the finish on one another. Hopefully, I mean they're both getting older, so they don't need any more CTE. So I'm giving Renato the decision because I just don't see Benil locking anything up on him, and vice versa. So, and I just think Renato's a little bit deadlier with the striking. Moving up, we have Jamal Hill versus Jiri Prohaska. Now, this is a tad controversial for me to go against Jamal. He's talented. Don't get me wrong. He thinks he got caught by Alex. Wants his rematch. Yada yada yada. If we're talking about who got caught, I think Jiri had a bad night. I think Jiri can definitely do what he needs to do to get the early finish, and so that's my take. It's a very split matchup, but we know Jiri has the power. I think Jamal gets caught. I'm sorry, not finally. I'm just so excited and we get to the co-main event with Umar Nurmagomedov versus Merab. Also coached by Khabib. I'm giving him the decision. I don't think Merab. I think Merab is certainly going to struggle. He knows everything that's coming his way, and despite knowing it all, I don't think the juice is gonna. The juice is loose, but it's not gonna save him. And no amount of steroids or PEDs is gonna give him the cardio boost to deal with Umar. He's gonna find. He's a deadlier striker. I just think Merab will go the distance for the 25 minutes. That's my pick, and you should dial it in. Now, moving up, finally, to the main event, also coached by Khabib Islam. We got to give it to the submission. We got to give him the submission in a later round. Obviously, that's the trend, right? These guys are going to be tired, and they're going to give an opportunity to get the choke, or likewise. Arman does not have the same level of cardio as Islam, nor does he have the ground game. Yeah, so definitely get these picks locked in, guys. I hope you guys win big. I'll see you next time.